fastball pitcher. Hard, good live fastball, good slider, and he's a fly ball pitcher. If he gives up a lot of fly balls today, he's not going to last long. On the other hand, Tom Glavine for the Braves relying on his sinker. If he can throw the sinker and his changeup rather for strikes and get a lot of ground balls, he should be okay. He is not necessarily a fly ball pitcher.
And talking with Bobby Cox before the game, he was saying that on a day like this, you have to manage a little differently. You don't really look at the runs that are up there in the board if you're anticipating a high-scoring game. You just look more at how your pitcher is throwing. If he's still throwing all right, you might leave him in there. You might have to take a few hits on the older and run average, but you can't keep changing pitchers every time a couple of runs are scored, or you'll be out of them by the 5th or 6th inning.
Well, I think that's a good point. I think it's probably tough on managers, especially here in Chicago, when this is sometimes the norm, having to dictate the wind dictating how you manage a ball game.
Well, we're set to go. Deion Sanders will lead things off, hitting .326 now for the year with a home run, 7 RBIs. Facing Anthony Young, the owner of that infamous 27-game losing streak that stretched over a couple of years. For once, and you don't get to say this very often, not a very big crowd here at Wrigley Field today. This place usually packed to the rafters. First pitch on the way to Deion, and it's taken high, ball 1.
Yeah, you were talking just a minute ago, Pete, about how there are more people out in the bleachers than probably any other place.
And that's got to be the most uncomfortable seat in the ballpark. The wind's blowing right at you out there. There's a called strike, and we're even 1 ball, 1 strike on Deion. Here's the 1-1 on the way. Inside corner with a fastball. It's 1-2. Dana DeMuth calling the balls and strikes this afternoon.
Neither team took batting practice. They had the field covered, anticipating some wet conditions.
And that's too bad. That would have been fun to watch today.
Ned Yost, ordinarily in charge of the batting practice balls, and I'm afraid he would have run out before batting practice ended today. And he's warm and cozy in the bullpen, right? It'll be chilly down there today, too.
And bounces up there. The count even on Sanders, 2-2. Deion Sanders will be followed by Jeff Blauser and then Ryan Klesko. Deion 1 for 4 in his career against Anthony Young. The 2-2 pitch. Got him. Sanders caught looking. 1 gone.
Overall in the season, Anthony Young with 7 strikeouts in 7 innings. Power pitcher. That looked like a Greg Maddux type fastball inside, cutting it back over the inside corner.
That'll bring up Jeff Blauser off to a little bit of a slow start with the bat, hitting right at 200. 1 homer, 5 RBIs. He loves this ballpark. In his career, he's hitting .318, 28 hits and 88 at-bats, 10 of those hits home runs.
3 home runs came in 1 game. Those 2 years have been impressive.
Count goes to 2-0 on Jeff. The odd thing about that 3 home run game was the second time in his professional career he had done that. The other time he did it in a Class A league against the Chicago Cubs Farm Club. 2-1 the count on Blauser. 1 gone, base is empty here in the top of the first. The 2-1 on the way is hit up in the air. Foul territory. Mark Grace staggering a little, but stays with it. Makes the catch. 2 down. Anything hit in the air today is going to be an adventure.
Absolutely. I watched Ryan
Look at him shaking his head.
Watched Ryan Klesko in the outfield taking some fly balls just for a little practice, and he was struggling. But here's a guy who plays in this ballpark every day, and he had a little trouble with the first one.
2 gone, base is empty, and here is Klesko batting .303. 3 homers, 7 RBIs, and a bit of a slump right now. 1 for his last 17. Slider in the inside corner, 0-1. This is the only afternoon action in the major leagues. Everything else under the lights. Outside, 1 ball, 1 strike to Klesko.
We talked a little bit about this last night about Ryan pulling off the ball a little bit. We'll keep an eye on him today and see if he's following through.
Young misses high and away. 2-1. On the ground, foul off to the right. Evens the count on Klesko at 2 balls, 2 strikes.
That first week in California against the Padres and Dodgers, everything was really geared toward left center field. And that's not really the case right now. Despite where the pitches are, even though he's well off the plate, he's still, I think, thinking about pulling the ball.
That runs the count full, 3-2. Anthony Young, 6'2", 215 pounds, born in Houston. Just inside. Young thought he had him. But down to first with a 2-out walk was Klesko.
That looked like the same pitch to Deion Sanders. Let's see if there was much difference. Wilkins has the target inside, but that pitch started a little farther inside. It didn't come back enough.
That'll bring up Fred McGriff, hitting .270 for the year with a couple of homers and 7 RBIs. This one is hit high in the air, right center field, drifting back Sosa to the warning track. It is gone. 2-run homer for Fred McGriff, and the Braves take a 2-0 lead. His 3rd homer, RBIs number 8 and 9 of the year for Fred McGriff.
Pete, I think that was a very smart at-bat. Fred had watched how he pitched to Deion and how he pitched to Klesko. He saw that Anthony Young tried to establish something inside right away, and Fred was waiting for him. This ball started in, stayed out over the middle of the plate, and a long fly ball that turned into a pretty long home run out over the 368 mark.
And once again, the Braves on the scoreboard first. In only one of their games this year have they not scored the game's first runs. Here's Terry Pendleton. Hitting .295, a 4-game hitting streak. He takes inside, ball 1. Now the 1-0 pitch on the way. Missing upstairs, ball 2, 2-0. McGriff with 3 homers on the year now. Ryan Klesko has 3. Javier Lopez 3. Foul back in the count, 2-1. Some hitters will tell you that on a day like this, Joe, it kind of messes you up a little bit. You're so conscious of trying to get a ball up in the air, trying to hit one out.
Sometimes you start trying to uppercut too much. They had a good swing at that 2-0 pitch.
Here's the 2-1 on the way, and that one's hit high in the air to right field. Sammy Sosa drifting back, still going, still going. That one's gone. Get used to this. We might see a lot of this today. 3-0 Atlanta.
That one went out of the stadium, Pete.
On back-to-back homers by Fred McGriff and Terry Pendleton.
If anybody's going to throw that one back on the field, they're going to have to do it from somebody's front yard across the street. Terry took 2 pitches to get a look at Anthony Young, had a good rip at a 2-0 pitch, and now he connects on the 2-1.
That's his 2nd homer of the year, 5th RBI of the year. 3 runs are in. And now Tony Tarasco hitting .250 with a homer and a pair of RBIs. Line down the right field line. It is going to be foul. Wow.
You were talking about the tendency, maybe, Pete, of guys to change their swing a little bit. Terry Pendleton did not. This is a good level swing at a pitch at his knees. He knew it was gone, too, when he got it in the air.
And Tarasco nearly made it back-to-back-to-back home runs. Maybe he did anyway. Deep right field. Sosa going back to the wall. Back-to-back home runs. Fusco walked, and McGriff, Pendleton, and Tarasco have all homered. And it's 4-0 Atlanta. Tarasco's second homer and third RBI of the year. And Mo Grabowski, the pitching coach for the Cubs, on his way out to talk to Anthony Young.
Again, Anthony Young, fastballs, high fastballs, a fly ball pitcher. This was a fly ball, and the wind helped it. Tony hit it well, but you can see that it was above the belt. It almost got out of the stadium, too. Back row of the bleachers. That was a home run anyway also. Terry's was hit well. Tarasco had hooked one foul down the line. Out in front just a little bit. Nice, easy swing at that one, wasn't it? Just used his hands. Gone. And if I'm Javi Lopez walking to the plate, I might not dig in real deep.
Especially after his 2 home run performance last night, which I'm sure is on the minds of Anthony Young right now, and his catcher, Rick Wilkins. Lopez, .313, 3 homers, and 10 RBIs. Outside low, ball 1. Count goes to 2-0. Last time the Braves had 3 consecutive home runs back in September of 1992 against Houston. David Justice, Brian Hunter, and Ron Gant in a 4 home run inning. That was, I think Mark Lemke also hit one in that same inning.
And out later.
2-1 the count now on Lopez.
Anthony Young worked over 100 innings last year, only gave up 8 homers.
Downstairs, ball 3, 3-1. 4 runs in. A 2-run homer by McGriff. Solo shots by Pendleton and Tarasco. And the count now 3-1 on Lopez. Grounds this one foul. Full count 3-2.
You know, if you're a pitcher, I'm not sure that any pitcher goes out with the intention of throwing a shutout every time out there. But if you're Tom Glavine taking the mound with a big lead already.
That's all for Lopez.
You just think about right now keeping the ball in the ballpark. And we'll see how successful he is when we come back.